Hey guys, this is Steve, also known as the Cockney Buddha, and this is my first podcast. I was going to do a meditation on my first one, but you know what? My daughter's just walked in and, started talking school stuff. Could see she was upset, so you know what? I thought I'd make this into a podcast. I imagine there's a lot of kids that feel the same way out there with what's going on, so you know what? I'm going to put this out there, so sit tight and let's talk about a podcast that, my first one that I've never done before, so bear with me. Anyway, so my daughter comes walking in and starts telling me about I'm not gonna say what kind of teacher, but a teacher at a school, and I don't know what it is, but I guess the dad part of me kind of comes out a little bit too in this, and it's hard to kind of be indifferent or neutral. Especially when you've got things like this that I'm about to tell you, which I'm having a hard time to believe, to tell you the truth, but I have no reason not to believe it because I've heard these stories before, and my daughter wouldn't lie to me, not about things like this, especially when there's a number of different students being affected by it. And, there was this... It's kind of some body shaming going on as well within this, and my daughter at one point had a bit of a eating disorder at one point, and to hear these stories of someone that's in charge of our kids talking the way they do to the students with absolutely no idea whatsoever what kind of mental stresses or anything like that these students are going through. And you're talking about older students as well that are trying to find their way in life as well. And when you've got kind of, someone that's supposed to be, watching that kind of thing, I got a bit of a problem with that, and I thought I'd make a bit of a podcast out of it. So, I deal with people, guys, that I guide that have body dysmorphia and don't like what they see in the mirror and everything. And now I'm starting to see, there's an added piece to this when it comes to the education system. And I know within clubs and groups and things like that too, I know someone that's in dance, and the same thing, growing up in an environment of body shaming, and I think it's a terrible thing, guys, especially when we're talking about people that should know better. If you've got someone that comes off with a bit of a joke or something, and they're not really meaning it, or didn't know, or okay, still be aware of what you're saying and what you're doing and the communication that you're putting forward, but at the same time, when you're in a position where I think, there's a bit of a knowing there, in my opinion, or I think that the either see some kind, I don't know if they go through some kind of teaching or class or course or anything about this, but with doing what I do and seeing what I see and hearing the stories that I hear with the work that I do too, guys, this is something that needs to be nipped in the bud and stopped, because it's really programming in a way that we do not need these young kids being programmed in. And if they're growing up in that kind of environment where we're releasing them into the hands of those we think are going to be teaching our kids in a proper manner, and don't get me wrong, hey, they may be getting taught in the proper manner and maybe coming on with the grades that they need, etc., etc. But if they're getting spoken to in a certain way, that's a whole different ballgame, guys. That's not about grades. That's about mental health. And, we got a major problem out there with mental health right now. And it's only going to get worse if we got situations like this that keep cropping up. And there's no need for that kind of talk, guys. judgment on another. Why? Why would a judgment on another be done? And, this guy apparently has even sort of spoke about my daughter's face in a way of, oh, well, this works, that works, but I don't know about it. And it's like, what? Yeah, I have a little bit of a problem with that. And, when it comes down to this is my daughter as well. I don't know. It's one of those things to where even if you step outside of even being a parent, you can't help but see that as not being something to do, especially when it comes down to our guys that we're supposed to be, bringing up not to say things like that. But here they are. They're being told things like this. Excuse me. They're being told things like this, guys. And here they are looking in the mirror. You might not even know about it as parents, but, start looking for things like this, guys. Listen for the wording. Like, I did not ignore my daughter one bit. I gave her 100% full attention. And, don't just brush things off like that, guys. Watch what's going on, because that kind of stuff can turn into even things that are worse. And you don't want things going in that direction. All because, we got people like this that are talking to younger gen. And I'm not just talking about teachers. I'm talking about anybody, right? If they're in a position of authority or they're in a position of knowing better, then don't talk in a manner that's going to pull someone down with judgment or, because things ain't quite the way you wanted to do. If they're doing the work and the work's getting done, or they're why judge? What are you judging for? Right? And these judgments have absolutely nothing to do with schoolwork whatsoever. None. So, yeah, I just had a little bit of a problem with that. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I should go out there and just air it out on the old, on the first podcast. That's one to start with, isn't it? Huh? But you know what? It's this kind of thing that I want to build up, guys. And I want to build a community, and I say a positive community. Yes, it's good. It's going to be a positive community that I want to build, but it's also going to be talking about, subjects like that are wrapped around mental health for sure. And needs to be pulled out into the light a little bit. If we keep ignoring this kind of stuff and not being aware this kind of stuff is going on, then, that's when we look at our younger ones and we go, why are they like that? And it's just that programming that's been going on that we are completely unaware of or not listening. And that's what I mean. All this channel is going to be wrapped around difficult situations and subjects to talk about. I want to bring in different guests once I figure it all out. Right now, I'm just playing around with this thing, and I've been itching to get a podcast out there, and all of a sudden the opportunity came up. So I thought, you know what? Let's get the message out, get going, get started, get some PMA out there, a little bit positive mental attitude out there, and build this community. So, hey, listen, drop me a line if you want on, I have an email. It is mindnutrition4, that's the number 4, all, @gmail.com. You can go to my website, which is Mind Nutrition for All, again, in the same manner, the number 4all.com. That's my website. And I'm out there on YouTube as Cockney Buddha too. Everybody knows me as Cockney Buddha. It's turned up to be my nickname as well, and I absolutely take it on board because it is definitely the way I want to go. You'll be hearing more stories about me and how I got into all this as well, but I just wanted to throw this one out there and just let you know that this podcast is going to start getting going. I'm waiting for some sounds to come from 30-year-old Grom. Go and check him out. He's on YouTube, and I know he's on Instagram. I don't know about Twitter anymore, but I know he's out there. So go and give him a shout as well. Get on YouTube, look him up. Give him a subscribe. There's a bunch of good people in a group out there that I'm in. and we all support each other. So he's going to be doing some music for me at some point here. I've got some meditation music already lined up and a bit of background music that he's done for me, which I'm really grateful for. So go and check him out. The music's going to be changing. All different things are going to be changing. Like I say, this is the first one I've thrown out there, and it's all about building a community. And I do this for a living, guys. I guide people on a journey. So please stretch out a hand, pass me around, let people know who I am, and it'll also help me to build the business side of things as well. So anybody that I can help out there, please stretch out, pass me on. And stay tuned to this podcast in whatever way you're going to hear it. And thank you to everybody for supporting me, guiding me, teaching me, showing me. Grom, 30-year-old Grom, as one of those. Chill Adventures is another great guy. He got me started on the live. I actually did my first live with him on YouTube a little while ago. Go and check it out on his channel, Chill Adventures. Great guy. I call him the Viking because he's got a big ass beard, and he puts in one of a Viking. I got called a Viking when I was younger, guys, by my wife's OBGYN when we were having my first child, and he was from Poland, this guy, and amazing doctor that turned around and used to call me Viking because I had a long goatee then. So that's why I nicknamed Chill every now and again. Anyway, go and check him out. Great guy. And I hope this has been decent, guys. And I'm looking forward to doing more. So I'm going to sign off on this one. I hope everybody has a great day, great week, or wherever you may be. And stay tuned in, guys. Much love. Namaste.